Hello everyone, Stephanie with you today for LDRS Creative in a new edition of our 5 cards 1 kit series. Now, I know you guys are super thrilled to see the June release, as I was, and believe me, you won't regret it. The new edition is simply amazing. So the first set that I have to show you today is called Dill With It, and of course we're playing with words because we have some dill pickles that are in the box for you. So you have 4 sentiments. So there's one that is called Deal With It, one that is saying, heard you're in a pickle, I relish our friendship, and then simply pickles. So it's a 4x4 set and simply adorable. So for your crazy summer birthday cards, perfect set. Next, we have 2 large sets from Polka Doodles. We know you guys loved the previous release with the other 2 animals, so we're bringing 2 sets in this one. So the first one is called Spot On, with a very large giraffe and the tiny one that is peeking out, and it has 11 stems in the set. The second one is called Beary Great Day, and of course you're going to have to guess it. It's a big bear. So I particularly love this set because it has tons of accessories and 2 beautifully written sentiments. One that says, love you very much, and the other one that says, have a very great day. So these stamps stamp like butter. They are very crisp because they're very good quality, and you always see through them so you don't have any mistakes when you stamp them. Next, we have fabulous dies. I mean, you guys are not going to believe this is probably going to be the most favorite release of all time. So we have tons of borders. The first one is called At the Beach, and I love that it has this little sand beaches, all the waves, and when you look in the back, you have tons of inspiration. Not only can you use the hashtag LDRS Creative on Instagram, but you can also see a sample right behind that one. So second one is called In the Grass. It has 3 borders that you can layer on top of each other to create a beautiful scene, and of course they're all mix and match, so you can definitely use one with the other without any problem. Next one is called By the Sea. So you would have guessed it. It's a beautiful wave that has a lot of texture in it because it is stitched. And I love that you can mix and match with other sentiments and stems that we already have in the store. Next, we have 2 must-haves in your stash. So one that is called Here Comes the Sun, and the other one is called In a Cloudy Sky. And that cloudy sky is really a huge favorite of mine because of the stitched detail in it. And the size of them are very perfect because you can either use them as a focal point or as an accessory element in your card making projects. Next, we have the rainbow bits. And what's cool about this is that you get 6 dies that can be all put onto each other, has layers, or has a full frame. So it's very, very nice to play with, and I'm going to have an example for you in a few minutes. Next, we have 2 fabulous, amazing, and I'm running out of adjectives here, beautiful basic sets. So you have one that is called Practically Oval. It has 5 elements into it, and all the dimensions of these dies are written on the back of your packaging. So very, very useful. Next one is called Scalloped Rectangle Frame, and it has not only 1, 2, 3, 4, but 8 elements into it. And that largest one, the largest rectangle, is very, 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 very useful because it fits perfectly an A2 card size. So again, you have all the measurements on the back of the packaging, and I'm telling you guys, you need those sets. Well, of course, you need the entire release because all of these dies are made so that your card making and scrapbooking, paper crafting projects are going to be very, very, very easy now that you have them. Oh, and I totally forgot to mention that Lil Pink Houses border. I was just too excited to talk about the others. But of course, we're moving on because we also have a few items that you might have seen on HSN but are now available by LDRS Creative in all your retail stores. So the first set is a stamp set that is called Thank You, and I love that it has so many elements to work with. So you have 3 sheep that you can layer and then use on scenes with a little fence and a tree. Next one, we have the Whale Wishes stamps. So you would have guessed it. So you have 2 whales, you have tons of sentiments that are simply adorable and that are also very catchy, playing with the weather, like sorry you're on the weather, sending you tons of love and lots of whale wishes, etc. Another favorite is the one that is called Stinkin Amazing. So you have beautiful critters right there. And also notice the flowers. The flowers are a perfect size so that you could use them simply just like that without any critters if you want some very basic coloring or maybe just a touch of cuteness, like and made with love, etc. And once again, the sentiments are fabulous. And our very last set to be presented for this release is called Happy Everything. So this set is amazing because you can create that kind of farmers market little shop box that you have on the streets or when you go around shopping. So it's really cute because you can either mix and match the sentiments with birthday or just for fun. So how about some inspiration? Today I've got 5 cards for you. The first one is going to be playing with tons of dies. So I've showed you those very basic dies and also the ones about the elements where you had the in a cloudy sky, the sun, etc. So I want to show you that not every project has to have any markers or coloring to create something fun. So we're going to be building the rainbow die. So remember the rainbow bits die that I showed you? Well, I'm going to mix it up with that large oval frame and a sentiment from the Whale Wishes stem set. So I simply have an A2 card base and I'm building up my rainbow. Now notice that the bottom of my rainbow is not necessarily lined up. I didn't care for this because I know that I'm going to be covering the ends of my rainbow with the 2 clouds that I have die cut with some blue cardstock from the In a Cloudy Sky die set. I love that it's so cute and also the size of it. Remember when I talked about it? The stitched element, the detail to it is amazing, and you don't have to run it through your die cutting machine tons of times to get that. Only one time, that's it, and you have that beautiful, clean, crisp look. And there you go, first project is done. On to our second project. I'm officially in love with the Dill With It stamp set. So I had first stamped and then colored all the little elements off camera so that we could save some time presenting those projects. So I'm going to be showing you how to make in no time a card with the Dill With It stamp set. So first I die cut with the largest scalloped rectangle frame and some pattern paper from the Pattern Play collection. And then I'm going to be using a sentiment that just go with the set, assembling everything with some foam tape, and that's it. I mean, you don't get easier than that, right? Onto our third project. I'm kind of playing with words here. So remember when I said that the large giraffe set is called Spot On? Well, imagine that. In our store, we have that little polka dot black on white pattern cardstock. So I decided why not cover an entire A2 card base and then with that little peekaboo giraffe, stamped it 3 times on the side of a white cardstock and then color it in yellow and brown. So just as your typical giraffe. And then I'm going to simply stamp the sentiment that says, hope your day is spot on, and that's it. We're going to have a fabulous project that didn't take any time, and plus I love that it's so cute and that little giraffe that is speaking out like everybody's waiting for you. Which brings me to say, since I have a bit of time, if you need it all, you do know that we have bundles on the LDRS Creative store. And every release for a few days, you get an exclusive discount. So as of now, since this video is going to be launching on the very first day of our Inspiration Week, you can use June 15 to get 15% off the new release. And if you're missing any details, just look below in the YouTube description. You'll have all the information. Now, for our fourth project, I'm using the Beary Great stem set. I love that Polka Doodles made these summer critters so large because they really get the focal point of your paper crafting projects. So by mixing in the grass borders, all three borders, with the Polka Doodle Beary Great Day stem set, you're going to get a very cute projects all together. And I'm also going to show you that, yes, you have an inspiration coloring on the packaging, which makes things so easy because you just have to look at it if you're not sure whether you have to put some shadows in, etc. But I also wanted to show you that it's okay to get out of the typical colors that are usually used in the crafty world. So I went and used a little pink bear so that you would see that pink is very cute, and then you have the sentiment that goes with it, love you very much. Now, that wooden spoon that could go with the honey pot, I really wanted my bear to hold it, but I didn't do any masking ahead of time. So what I did is that I took a precision knife, just cut right along the little paw of the bear, slide in the wooden spoon, and that was it. I'm just playing here with paper. You have no need of anything. Sometimes just those little shortcuts are what's going to save you time and still be having fun. So, and what's cool about those in the grass borders is that, yes, even though I didn't layer them with any foam tape, since I didn't put adhesive all the way up to my little grass leaves, then I can play around and add dimension by literally sliding my images in between the layers so that it looks like there's more dimension. And how cute are those little bees that are part of the Beary Great Day stem set. I really, really love this project. And that is it. A little bit of dimension and we're done. Now, on to our very last project. I decided to mix two of those stem sets that I presented. The first one is Stinkin Amazing, and the other one is the one with the little box. So I stamped and colored my images ahead of time so that I would save some time to explain the projects with you guys. So I fussy cut everything, and then I went ahead and die cut the largest oval frame that was part of the practically oval die set. And then I'm simply playing with my scene. Now, you're going to see me working around with my happy day sentiment. And what I wanted to tell you guys is that even though sometimes you have an idea, you don't necessarily have to go through with it if you're changing meanwhile, so while you're doing the actual process. So since I decided to change my sentiments, I simply stamped another time the little box at the bottom of the stamp, fussy cut it, and then changed the sentiment that was part of my farmer's market. So now I'm assembling everything for the card, so it's simply adding some adhesive and then playing with dimension, and I'm going to have a beautiful project that has a bit of texture, a lot of colors, and that is also mixing two sets that you're going to have in your bundle if you're going to be shopping for it. So I really hope that you're going to be playing around with this release. I know so far that everybody is going crazy about it. The design team will have tons of inspiration starting tomorrow, and I hope that you're going to be enjoying these because they are, even though we're releasing them in June, they're all year round sets that you can be playing with, especially the dies and the stem set. So they're going to be a huge hit. You're going to find them all over the place with inspiration starting tomorrow. And remember that discount code that I've been telling you about, June 15, to get on those exclusive release at LDRS Creative. Have a great day, guys!